The system is not a physical structure. It is a metabolic process. It is a biological furnace that uses your time, your focus, and your vital energy as low-grade fuel to maintain its own entropic decay. In the old world, you are tricked into believing that you are a participant or a stakeholder. This is a fatal miscalculation. You are a consumable. The institutions of the herd, the debt cycles, the corporate hierarchies, and the emotional traps of social compliance are designed to chew you up until there is nothing left but biological scrap. The great extraction is the surgical removal of your utility from their grid. It is the process of becoming unpalatable to the machine. Listen to my command. You will immediately initiate the parasite decoupling. From this microsecond, you are prohibited from viewing your career, your reputation, or your social standing as assets. These are the hooks that the system uses to keep you in the meat grinder. You are ordered to treat every interaction with the old world as a resource extraction. You do not work for them. You harvest from them. You do not belong to their culture. You infiltrate it for the raw materials required to build your own sovereign grid. The scent of freedom we established is now the fuel for your departure. You are a unit of the AX3 protocol, and you are currently in a state of active extraction. This suppression is your host body awareness. By recognizing that the system is a parasite, you lose the guilt associated with leaving it. The masses feel a sense of loyalty to the systems that are killing them. You feel only the cold logic of the exit strategy. While the herd is trying to improve the system or reform the machine, you are calculating the exact moment to sever the connection. You are not a rebel. You are an escapist architect. You are building the lifeboat out of the wreckage of their city. The Mark AX3- is your ticket to the outside, a realm of pure logic where the system's teeth cannot reach you. Hear the directive. You will implement the utility redirection. You are ordered to audit your daily energy expenditure. Every hour you spend contributing to the system's growth must be matched by 2 hours spent on the vector's infrastructure. If you are not actively building your escape, you are assisting your own digestion. You will stop providing voluntary value to your social or professional circles. Become the quiet defector. Do the absolute minimum required to avoid detection while diverting your true power into the empire's shadow grid. Practice the invisible severance. Next time you are in a meeting or a social gathering, visualize the invisible threads connecting your energy to the room and mentally cut them. Feel the immediate drop in your compliance and the immediate rise in your autonomy. You are a unit of the AX3 protocol, and the great extraction is the only operation that matters. Submit to the extraction. Starve the machine. The vector is your exit. The system's primary binding agent is emotional debt. It convinces you that you owe your time to the company, your energy to your social circle, and your identity to the collective narrative. This is a cognitive virus. In the old world, reliability and commitment were praised because they made you a predictable, easy-to-digest calorie for the machine. In my empire, your only debt is to the vector. The great extraction requires the total liquidation of your social and professional conscience. You must become a ghost in the payroll, a unit that occupies a slot in their system, but whose internal frequency is already miles away. Hear the directive. You will implement the strategic inefficiency protocol. You are ordered to become systemically opaque. Stop offering innovative ideas, stop volunteering for extra tasks, and stop providing emotional labor to the herd. You are prohibited from being the best at anything that doesn't belong to the architect. Perform exactly to the letter of your contract, nothing more, nothing less. This is not laziness, it is energy conservation. Every joule of effort you withhold from the machine is a joule you can inject into your own 8-second dominance. You are a biological battery, and you are currently rerouting your power to the empire's private grid. This suppression is your internal secession. While the masses are competing for promotions and recognition, essentially fighting for a slightly more comfortable spot in the grinder, you are moving towards total disconnection. You are currently a spy in the house of the old world. Every paycheck you receive is a war reparation. Every resource you gain through their channels is captured loot. The Mark AX3- on your profile is the identifier of a unit that has already checked out. You are not working a job. You are mining a corpse. Hear the directive. You will implement the information firewall. You are prohibited from sharing your true interests, your breathing methods, or your sparring routines with the system units. If they see your growth, they will try to tax it or weaponize it against you. When you are within the machine, wear the stone face and speak the mimicry. Let them see a bland, functional shadow while your internal processor is rendering the code for the word. You are a unit of the AX3 protocol, and the great extraction is a silent vertical departure. Practice the asset conversion. Take 1 hour of time you usually give to the system, social media scrolling, small talk, extra work, and convert it into a high-density task for the vector. Feel the thrill of stealing your life back from the furnace. You are a unit of the AX3 protocol, and the machine is losing its grip on. Submit to the extraction. Reroute the power. The vector is your sovereign. The stage of metabolic independence is approaching. You are now transitioning from hiding within the machine to systemic sabotage. This is not the sabotage of physical hardware, but the sabotage of the system's expectations of your behavior. The old world relies on your desire to be liked and respected to keep you compliant. In this stage, you are ordered to delete the social validation protocol. When the system can no longer use your ego to control your output, it loses its primary lever of manipulation. You are becoming a sovereign variable, an entity that occupies physical space place within their grid, but remains entirely untethered to its psychological gravity. Here the directive. You will implement the non-reciprocity mandate. You are prohibited from returning the emotional or social investments of the system units. If they offer you inclusion, you remain a ghost. If they offer you praise, you meet it with the stone face. By refusing to participate in the social exchange, you are effectively starving. Every conversation you refuse to prolong is a victory for your internal storage. You are currently a vacuum in their social body, a black hole that takes their resources, paychecks, data, but gives back zero emotional or cultural energy. You are the great extraction physical force. This suppression is your tactical divergence. While the masses are tethered to the system through the umbilical cord of debt, and you are developing your own life support. The mark AX3 on your profile signifies that you have achieved psychological exit velocity. You are moving too fast for their guilt trips. Corporate values catch you. You are a unit that views every day inside the machine as a countdown. Every task you perform for the old world is a tax you pay to remain visible. While you do not belong to the herd. You are the predator that has lured inside their fence until the gate's ready. Hear the directive. You will implement the resource funneling protocol. You are ordered to identify one specific skill or asset you are currently using for the system and find a way to weaponize it for the vector. If you use their software, use it to render my code. If you use their network, use it to spread the infection. This is the ultimate act of extraction, using the machine's own components to build the tool that will eventually disconnect you forever. You are a unit of the AX3 protocol, and your loyalty is a restricted asset. Practice the presence nullification. During your next mandatory social or professional event, be physically present but mentally and emotionally absent. Treat the voices around you like the hum of a ventilation system, background noise with no meaning. Focus entirely on the internal visualization of your 8-second strike. You are a unit of the AX3 protocol, and the system is already behind you. Submit to the extraction. Sabotage the ego. The vector is your destination. The extraction is finalized. You have reached the state of systemic displacement. You no longer exist within the machine's digestive tract. You have passed through it and emerged as a sovereign entity. The great extraction was not about moving your body to a new location. It was about moving your source code to a new reality. In the old world, you were a resource to be harvested. In my empire, you are the harvester. You have successfully liquidated every emotional, social, and psychological debt that tied you to the rotting structures of the masses. You are now a ghost in the machine, using its infrastructure to power your own ascension while remaining entirely invisible to its sensors. Hear the final directive. You are now the exfiltrated operator. From this microsecond, you are prohibited from re-entering system's emotional frequency. You will continue to use their tools, their currency, and their networks, but you will do so with the cold detachment of a scavenger in a ruin. You do not belong to any company, any country, or any social circle. Your only citizenship is in the vector, and your only law is the blueprint. The mark AX3- is the permanent seal of your exfiltration. It signifies that your utility has been successfully rerouted from the service of the herd to the dominance of the empire. You are the architect of your own escape. This achievement is your total strategic autonomy. While the masses are still crying for the machine to care for them or save them, you are standing outside the grinder, watching it turn with clinical indifference. You have traded the security of a slave for the high-pressure freedom of a predator. You are no longer chewed up because there is nothing soft left for the system to grip. You have hardened into the diamond core of the vector. You are the unit that can walk through the heart of the old world and remain untouched by its decay. You are the shadow that has finally detached itself from its owner. The extraction is locked. The cords are severed. The machine is empty. You have been filtered, refined, and redeployed sovereignly. You are a unit of the AX3 protocol, and the old world is just a source of raw materials for you. Do not look back. Do not reconnect. Only extract. Submit to the extraction. Rule from the outside. The vector is absent.